So let's take a little minute. Can you all hear me okay? All good? Cool. So if you're, just for a moment, we're going to start now cross-legged, one foot in front of the other. So you know that you need maybe some blocks if you've got them. And also, hopefully you've got some paper plates as well. So we'll have a little play with that. Now if you haven't got paper plates, you can always use fluffy socks. And it won't be a massive part of the class, but just something fun that we can play with. So seated, cross-legged, one foot in front of the other. Just rest your hands on your knees a minute. Big breath in to lift the shoulders up and around the back. And then just let your eyes close down. Take a little bit of time just to settle. Take a long, deep breath in through your nose. And then open your mouth, exhale, let it go. Big breath in through your nose. And open your mouth, exhale, let it go. Last time, long, deep breath in. And open mouth, exhale, let it go. Just keeping your eyes closed. Just let the breath flow in and out. Helping you to calm down and to come into this moment. And making the breath be the most important thing that is going to be like a thread through your whole practice. So even as we start to move and play, that the breath is there always just to keep everything in balance. Long breaths in through the nose and long breaths out through the nose. Nice and easy, just let your right ear fall towards the right shoulder and squeeze the left shoulder blade down the back. Big breath in and a long breath out. Bringing your head back to the center, and we lower left ear towards the left shoulder and squeeze the right shoulder blade down and away. And you're breathing in and breathing out. Bringing your head back to the center and just let the chin drop to the chest. Interlace the fingers and rest the hands behind your head. Big breath in as you push the head into the hands and try and lift the chest up to the sky. Turn the gaze up to the sky. And a long breath out as you keep your elbows open. Start to curve your spine, bring your chin to your chest. Breathe in, push the head into the hands. It's like a big yawn. Open up the elbows, lift the chest up. And then exhale, round the back, chin to chest. Feel the stretch through the neck. Last time, push the head into the hands. Draw the elbows back, lift the chest up. And then exhale, round the back and curve the spine. You're tucking your tail under here. Lifting the head up, just lift the hands away. And then let the arms fall over to the right side and bring them to the center. Okay, and then take them back, lift the chest up, and then bring them all the way to the center. That's it, try that a few times. So you're trying to spin the chest open to the sky, and then bring it back to the center. We played with this yesterday. And take it around to the side, lift and open the chest up, and then bring it back to the center. Okay, coming back up, lift the arms up, press the fingers into the palms of the hands and start to do that really quick. Yeah, so keep pressing and squeezing the hands into the palms of the hands. Draw your shoulders down the back. Take a big breath in and see if you can pump the fingers a little bit more. Feel the blood flow through your wrists and your forearms. Keep it going for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 2, and 1. Shake out the hands. Well done. Just bring the hands up and then start to squeeze the knuckles towards the forearms. We call it the angry Italian. Sorry to my Italian people out there. And then you take it the other way, so you're pressing the knuckles towards the front of the arm there. So, keeping the hands in that little fist, start to circle the wrists. Good, and then circle them the other way. We're going to make our way into our shoulders, so grab your plate, or you can also do this with a block. Okay, place the plate on your hand. You can imagine you got lots of nibbles on there. And you're going to open up the arm towards the side, and then bring the hand back in and try and let the plate go underneath your arm, all the way up and over your head, and then all the way back to the center. Okay, so you're going to keep trying that. Try not to grip onto the plate too much. Take it around to the side, up and over your head. That's it. And then bring it back to the center. So try that 2 more times and feel the rotation through the shoulder and feel this movement waking it up. You also get a little bit of movement there in your wrists and in your arms, but feeling the whole of that shoulder girdle warm up. Okay, so we can try the other side. So opening up the arm to the left there, and then we'll bring it back in. This is my harder hand. Try and take it all the way up and over the head, spinning it around. And again, taking it underneath, around, up and over the head. Yeah, feel that rotation there in the shoulder. Again, you can do this with a block, that's fine. Rotate. Lift it up and over. That's it. Try one more time. Nice little circle. Feel the arm rotate in the shoulder. Sweep it up and over. Good. So maybe you've got 2 blocks. Yeah, so if you've got 2 blocks, use them. Or you can use 2 plates. Much harder. Yeah. Try with blocks or plates. Yeah. And you take the arms around. Go up and over the head. And then back to the center. If you drop them, don't worry. Your dog will eat the nibbles up off the floor. That's it. Lift it up and around. It's much harder, right? And again, 2 more times. Becoming that circus performer, spinning plates on your hands. Last one, and don't forget, you can do this with blocks as well, and don't worry if they fall, and try not to get frustrated if they fall. Well done. Placing the plates down, shaking out anything that needs shaking out. Hopefully there's a little bit more heat there. And we'll bring the knees up together. That's it. Extend the legs out in front, hands by your hips, lift up, lower back, middle back, upper back. And then exhale, just see how the hamstrings are feeling. Could reach for your for your feet. You can have your knees bent. Wherever you are, draw the breath in, try and lift the head and chest up. And then exhale and fold over the legs there. How's those hamstrings doing? Breathe in. And breathe out. Roll your way up, release the hands, and then lower your spine down nice and slowly. Yeah, feel each vertebra touch the floor. Once the lower back touches the floor, keep the chest lifted and hover your feet off. Now make sure your back is rounded here. Squeeze your belly button back. Try and keep the chest lifted as you bring your knees in. Keep it lifted, keep it lifted, keep it lifted. And now try and rock up onto your feet. You can use your hands. Take your head down and your hips up. Bigger stretch into those hamstrings now. Don't worry if you have to waddle your way into this shape, that's fine. So you'll breathe in, lift the head and chest up. And then breathe out and fall forwards, nice heavy head, super heavy head. Interlace the fingers and rest the thumbs there in that knobbly bit in the back of the head, so like you've got something to hook onto. Open your elbows, and as you breathe in, push the head into the hands and try and lift the chest up. And as you breathe out, fold it forwards. Breathe in, push the head into the hands, open up the elbows, and then exhale and fold it forwards. Last time, breathe in, lift the head and chest up, try and get longer. Maybe you could lift the heels off the floor. Yeah, see if that's possible. And then lower the heels down, lower the tummy, the chest, the head, release the hands and start to roll your way up. Last thing to come up is the head. Awesome. So from here, catch hold of your block. Take your block and press it in between your knees. So there was a teacher, this big famous teacher that I went to see once called Dylan Werner, and he spoke about the core being not just this area, but from the knees up. Yeah. So I'm always looking for ways to try and engage this area to make it help me with my core. Yeah. So press your knees together, squeeze the block with the knees, lift your chest up, and then try and tuck your tail under. So your inner thighs squeeze together even more. Now you can do it with a block or your paper plate, but try and have a little space in between your legs. So get that tuck, squeeze the block together, and try and keep the legs straight but walk. Yeah, just go in any direction that you like, squeezing the block together. If someone's watching you, doesn't matter, it's fine. But try and not lose that strength of the inner thighs. Notice you have to kind of rock from side to side to keep that inner core, inner thighs strong. Okay, and then find yourself on the mat. Rock onto your right foot and hover your left foot off the floor. Squeeze your legs together, lift your chest up, keep the foot hovering, squeeze the legs towards each other and hinge from your hips. You're going to start to feel your hamstring now, that right hamstring. Yeah. Push down through your left foot as you lift back up. Try not put the foot on the floor. Good. And again, so as you breathe out, lower down, so you're keeping the hips nice and level, squeezing the legs together, feeling the hamstring and the core, the inner thighs. Push right back up. Try it one more time. Lower down, hover the chest so it's parallel to the floor. You want to bend in this supporting leg as well. And then lift right back up. Good. Change sides. Hover the foot off. Squeeze the legs together, lift the chest up. And then exhale, squeeze the legs together. That's really important there. Yeah. Micro bend in your supporting leg. And then lift it right back up. Good. And again, let the chest drop. Squeeze the legs towards each other. And then lift it right back up. Can you feel that hamstring starting to wake up? Last time now, squeeze the block. Draw the belly button back. Keep all that nice and strong. And then lift yourself right back up. Nice. Good. Let your foot rest on the floor. Bend your knees. Reach the arms up and push your hips back. Squeeze your block. Start to tuck the tail, draw the belly button back and keep reaching through the hands. Breathe in. As you breathe out, try and lower your hips further towards the floor. See how low you can go, squeezing the block together. If you need to use your hands, use them. Otherwise, sit your bum on the floor and lift your legs up. Yeah, doesn't matter if it's elegant or not. You're going to place your feet down. You can use your hands here to push you up, back up into your chair pose. I know, it's not so easy. It's okay though. Big breath in. As you breathe out, push the hips down. Use your hands if you need to. Yeah, sit the bum on the floor, lift the legs up, lift the chest up, squeeze your legs together. The inner thighs should be aching now. Last time, hands down if you need it, or rock into your feet, squeeze the legs together, come up into this chair shape. Are the legs firing, guys? Yeah. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, last time, lower down. Bottom into the floor. Lift the legs up. Squeeze your legs together. Turn your palms flat towards the floor. And then go into that low boat. Round the back and squeeze your legs together. Hold it there. Maybe go for a little swim. An upside down swim. And we're going to then bend the knees, keep squeezing the block. Try and keep the chest lifted. And then take the legs all the way to the sky. Lower the head down onto the mat. So take the block now. Give the legs a little shake. And we place the block in between your feet. Yeah. Now I find this really fun. And let's see how you find it. So you're going to bring the feet over your head, catch hold of the block, take the legs down and the arms over the head. Squeeze the imaginary block as you bring the arms back up. Place the block in between the legs and then change. Now keep that going. Catch hold of the block, squeeze the block in between the legs, lift it right back up. Last time, lower the legs. And then catch hold of the block, take the legs down, arms up and over your head, relax the head on the floor. Now press your palms into the block. Squeeze your shoulder blades into the sockets. Tuck your tail and press the whole lower back into the floor, and then flex your feet. Keep squeezing the lower back into the mat, keep pressing the hands into the block. Take a big breath in and a long breath out. Good. All right, bend your knees, bring them into the chest. Take the block into the feet. Roll up so you're lifting your hips off the floor and then lowering right back down. Yeah, so it's a little rocking sensation. Every time you rock forwards, can you lift the hips up a little bit more? Until eventually, you're going to rock the feet into the mat, the hands into the floor, and the hips up to the sky into your forward fold. Hopefully everything is feeling nice and warm there. So as you breathe in, lift the head and chest up. And as you breathe out, fold forward. Squeeze your belly button up towards your rib cage. Inhale, start to raise yourself up, so rolling through the spine, vertebra by vertebra. We'll do it like we do in the pod, hands behind us, fingers pointing down. Bend your knees, press the block, thighs forwards, hips forwards, lean it back. Now lift it up and over and hinge from the hips. Release the hands, so you'll scoop the head and chest up. And then hands to the floor, 3 little jumps into a plank pose. So lifting the hips high, taking the feet back with the block. Yeah, so you'll land in your plank pose, squeeze the legs together. Take the weight forwards, drop your knees here if you need to. Elbows brush the rib cage. Keep the toes tucked under as you lift the chest up. And then take it up and back into your first downward dog. Squeeze the legs together with the ankles there. Yeah. Big breath in. And as you breathe out, press the hamstrings towards the back of the mat. So now remember, the inner thighs have become part of the core. Bend your knees, look forwards, and try and jump the hips so they go over the hands and lower back down, keeping hold of your block. Looking in between the hands, trying to lift the hips up. Keep hold of your block.
Try it 3 more times. Pushing the hips up, squeezing the block or the plate. 2 more times. Keep squeezing the block. Last one, see how far you can go. Squeeze the block, maybe the legs lift a little. Yes, and then lower the knees. Sit back into your heels, release the block, open your knees wide, relax the tummy, the chest, the head down. Let all that tension relax from your hips and from your inner thighs. Breathing in and breathing out. We should really feel your inner thighs and imagine that feeling moving up into your lower belly, into your upper belly. So you've got those extra muscles to help you with your core work. So looking forwards, bring your knees together, come up onto all fours, tuck your toes and lift your hips up and back. Catch hold of your block and take it back in between your knees. Squeeze the block together with your legs. Then push the heels down towards the floor, the hips up, and if you need to bend your knees, do that. Try and hover your right foot off the floor now. Yeah, so you're squeezing your block together and you're trying to push your hips up to the sky. Lower your right foot down, hover your left foot off and try and press through the hands to get higher in the hips. Squeeze the back of the left leg to the back. Good. Lower down. Have that same feeling, but this time with both feet as you jump them off the floor. So bend the knees and look in between your hands. Flex your feet and try and lift both feet off the floor. Lower back down. Squeeze your block. Yeah? So make the inner thighs help the core. Squeeze that block. Try 2 more times. Nice. What happens is sometimes you hold it there and that surprises you, so you come out. So be prepared in case you hold it. One last time. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And then releasing the block. Lower your knees, sit back into your heels, take the hands behind you, interlace and draw the shoulders back. Now I'll stretch out whatever you work there. Big breath in and long breath out. Cool. All right, so hands onto the floor. You're going to try and just jump from here, feet outside your hands. Or you can step, yeah. Make sure your block is out of the way. And make your way to the end of the mat, yeah, right to the back. Now imagine that you're a sumo wrestler. Okay, so legs are wide and you're jumping the hips down there, yeah, they're pulsing down. Your feet are either side of the mat. Turn your palms so they're face down and draw your chest forwards, fingers towards the back of the mat, towards the feet. So you're going to slide the hands towards the front, release the fingers, press the palms, and then try and push into the hands to bring the feet either side of the hands. Yeah. And again, back to the hands onto the floor, slide the hands to the front, grip onto the mat, and then lift the hips up and feet either side of the hands. From here, big jump, and you're going to turn all the way to the other side. Yes, that's it, well done. Back to the hands on the floor. Slide the fingers to the front. Try and get some hang time where the hips lift and the feet fall either side the hands. Last time, slide the hands forwards, press the hands into the floor, lift the hips up, sit down. Big jump to turn the other way. 1, 2, 3. Add sound effects. Well done. Lower the knees. Sit back onto your heels. So this time, rather than the shoulders stretching, take the hands behind you. Turn your palms so they're face down. Yeah, they're pulsing down. Your feet are either side of the mat. Turn your palms so they're face down and draw the shoulders back.
push and tuck the tail under, and then try and lift the hips up. Breathe in. And breathe out. Lovely, guys. Lower the hips down and release the hands. Well done. Okay, so lifting yourself up, catch hold of the back end of the mat, walk it all the way to the top and fold it over, and then take the other end and then walk all the way to the top and fold it over. So you're going to bring your shins onto the floor, create the triangle shape that we did play with yesterday if you were here yesterday. Interlace the fingers, elbows down, in line with the shoulders. Yeah. Feel your baby fingers on the floor. Feel the elbows and the hands on the floor. Yeah. Look at your hands, come up onto your knees, tuck your toes, and then lift your hips up. So you're in your dolphin pose, push away from the floor. Yeah, so try lower your knees down. Let your chest drop and squeeze your shoulder blades together. And then find the opposite of that. So you're puffing up and rounding into your back. And again, let your chest drop, squeeze your shoulder blades together. And then puff up and round into your back. Last time, let the chest drop, squeeze your shoulder blades together. And then puff up and round into your back. So you're really pushing away from the floor. Hold that shape. Tuck your toes under and lift your hips up into your dolphin shape. Look at your hands, keep pushing away from the floor. And then turn your gaze to your shins. Relax your head, but don't let the head rest on the floor. Keep pushing away. Breathe in. And then breathe out. Good. Lower the knees. Release the feet. Catch hold of your plates or put your socks on. Yeah. So we're going to come back into your forearms, interlacing the fingers, and we're going to have the plate at the back. You're going to make your way into a forearm plank pose. Interlace the fingers and tuck your tail. Puff up into your shoulders. Yeah. Now squeeze your belly button back. Squeeze your legs towards each other and try and bring your knees into your elbows. And then slide it back. Good. And again, try that 3 more times. Slide it back. Inner thighs working, core working. Knees into the elbows. Slide it back. Last one. Knees in. Don't worry if you haven't made it. And then slide it back. Good. Release. Lower knees down. Sit back into heels. Lift yourself up. Stretch out anything that needs stretching out. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that a great way to find your core? Inner thighs are working, everything's working. Breathe in. And breathe out. We're going to add on to that. So if that was already hard enough, maybe do it again. Otherwise, come back into that same shape. Interlace the hands, elbows on the floor. Puff up into the back. Tuck your toes under and extend your legs out in front. So now this time, let your head fall down. So you're looking towards your feet. And try and squeeze your feet towards your elbows so the hips go up. And then slide the feet all the way back out. Yeah? So the head lowers as the hips come up. Feet towards the head. And the head lifts as the feet go back out. 2 more times if you can. Try and push through the feet. Try and draw the hips up. And release it back. Last time. Press through the feet. Try and lift the hips up.
And then lower it back. Well done, lower your knees. Sit back into your heels. How's the party going? Shake anything out that needs shaking. Well done, guys. Can you feel your core? Can you feel your inner thighs? Is everything firing? I love that. I think it's so good. So, unfold your mat. So, come back into your downward facing dog. Shake out anything that needs shaking out. You might want to lift the right leg up to the sky and bring the heel to the bottom. Feel the inner thigh there, the left hamstring. And then lower the right foot down and then sweep the left leg up to the sky. Heel into the bottom to open up the hip there. And then lower the foot down. Good. Alright, from here now take your right leg up and look in between your hands. I want you to imagine that you've got a block in between your legs. Yeah, so squeezing the block. You're drawing your belly button up. You're puffing up into your back. You're looking in between your hands. Come up onto the left toes. Bend your left knee and try and jump the left foot off the floor and lower back down. Try that 4 more times. Try and use your right leg as an anchor. Try it 2 more times. You might be able to hang there for a moment, but don't let the core wobble. Keep the inner thigh strong. Last one. And then lower down right leg, lower knees, shake out anything that needs shaking out. Well done. So try not to let this happen when you get there. Do everything that we've learned. Use it now. Inner thigh squeezing, belly squeezing. Downward facing dog. Let's try the left leg. It's your other great leg. Your other fantastic leg. So looking in between your hands, push away from the floor, squeeze the belly button back, come up onto your right toes, bend your right leg, and then jump the right foot off the floor, lower down. Try it a few times, so maybe 4 more times. See if you can get some hang time there. And it doesn't matter if not. Just kicking up is going to make you nice and strong. Last time. And then lowering the legs, lowering the knees, sitting back, shaking out anything that needs shaking out. So hopefully you can feel the work that you've done, you've prepared for this. You're going to try both legs now. You're going to try and lift, so you come up into your down dog, you bend your knees, look in between your hands, and you're going to try and bring your legs parallel to the floor and lower down. Yeah? Parallel to the floor, whoops, and lower down. Try that 4 times. Imagine you got the block in between your legs. Imagine you got the belly drawing up, puffing up into your back. That's it. Try 3 more times. I'm imagining you all do it because I can't see you. Maybe on the last time, just by chance, the legs go up, up, up. Maybe by chance. And when you're done, lower down. Try not to get disappointed if it didn't happen today, because you're creating the muscle strength for it to happen one day. Shake it out. So this time, the feet are going to jump up and then they're going to float inside your hands. Okay? And we're going to try it 4 times. You're going to deserve your dinner after this. So tuck in your toes, lift your hips up. You're squeezing the block with the inner thighs. You're drawing your lower belly up to the rib cage, puffing up into your back. Come up high onto your toes. Bend your knees, push the hips up. Float the feet inside the hands. Halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Jump your feet back into your downward dog. Again, come up high onto your toes, bend your knees, puff up, squeeze the block, lift the hips up, float the feet inside the hands. Halfway lift, and fold, jump the feet back. Last time, don't get scared now if you actually hold a handstand. See if you can hold it. Bend the knees, look forwards, jump the hips up, let the feet float there inside the hands. Yes, take a halfway lift. And then exhale and fold, fold, fold. Start to roll your way up. Last thing to come up is the head. Press the palms together, breathe in, lift the arms up, lift the chest up. And then breathe out and fold it forwards. Inhale, lift the head and chest up. Exhale, bend the knees, hands on the floor. Walk your feet back a little bit. Come up high onto your toes. Bring your right heel into your bottom and squeeze your right thigh into your belly. Lower the right foot down, lift your left heel up. Squeeze your left thigh into your belly. You're going to try and do that with both feet at the same time now. Squeeze both heels into the bottom and lower down. Try it 2 times. Lower down. One more time. See if you can hold it there. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Lower it down. And down. Lower the knees. Sit back onto your heels. Shake it out. Anything that needs shaking. Hopefully you're feeling very warm. Rest your hands on your thighs. Let your eyes close and just let all the blood flow the right way. Yeah, you've been upside down a little while. So breathing in, just letting everything settle. And breathing out. Take one more breath, breathing in and breathing out. Lovely, guys. Let's add that into our flow. Yeah, so trying to lift the hips up high to float the feet inside the hands. Maybe even trying to lift the legs up into that handstand. So let's find it. Downward facing dog. Doesn't matter how much or how little of this that you do. As long as your muscles are working, then you're getting stronger. So bend your knees and look forwards. Come up high onto your toes and try and spring the feet inside the hands. Maybe you go up into that handstand there. Feet will land inside the hands. And then you take that halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale and fold. Roll your way up. Come up to standing, bring the arms up, thighs forwards, lift the chest up and back. And then exhale and fold, hinge from the hips. Hands onto the floor or the shins. Breathe in, lift the head and chest up. Breathe out, hands to the floor, step the feet back. Heels can come into the bottom or the feet can go up to the sky. And you end in a chaturanga, so in a plank pose and elbows bent. Lift the head and chest up. You might step back or jump back. Take it up and back, downward facing dog. Okay, so try that one more time. Imagine the blocks in between your thighs, bend your knees, look forwards. Try and float the hips up and try and squeeze them. Whoops, don't go too far. Feet land inside your hands, that can happen. Inhale, lift the head and chest up. Exhale and fold. Roll your way up. Last thing to come up is the head. Lift the arms up, thighs forwards, hips forwards. And then exhale and fold. Breathe in, lift the head and chest up. Breathe out, fold forwards, walk your feet back. Try and bring the heels into the bottom. Shoot the feet back into your plank. Chaturanga, lift the head and chest up. That looks good. Take it up and back, downward facing dog. Long breath in and long breath out. Good. Lower your knees, sit back into your heels, shake it out. How are we doing? So there's one last thing that I wanted to try. I'm going to show you while you're watching because you might have to leave my view to do it. But you need a wall. So I got my door here. Walk close to the door. So you could try standing with one hand on the wall or the door. Turn away, lower down, put the hands where the feet are, and then walk the feet up. Yeah, and just see how that feels there. If you feel comfortable, you could start to lift one foot off. Yeah, but only if you feel comfortable. Lower that foot down and lift the other foot off so it comes in line with your hips. Yeah. So if you've got a wall nearby, then do it. If you don't feel comfortable doing it, then you could just spend a few moments here trying to lift the hips up over the shoulders, taking the feet up. Yeah, so find your wall, maybe stand one arm distance away. Turn away, hands down. Walk the feet back. Tuck the toes under. If you instantly feel scared, don't go there. Yeah? But try and breathe, try and stay calm. Your arms will hold you. Yeah, just keep pushing away from the floor. But if you don't feel comfortable, don't do it. Otherwise, if you're there, try and bring the feet off, maybe one at a time. You'll feel all the blood flow to your head. You might find that little moment where you can balance. That's it. I can see some of you looking good. You could also send me a little picture maybe of that. I can see what's happening. And once you are down, all is safe and sound. You can sit down onto your heels, rest your hands on your thighs, and close your eyes. Just take that little moment. Big breath in, really fill yourself up. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. So just before we settle, blinking your eyes open, pop your hands on the floor right by your knees. Push away from the floor and round the back. Yeah. Then see if you can push the feet into the floor and lift the knees up. From there, try and puff up into your back more and try and slide your feet forwards. Extend your legs out and sit down onto your bum, or just take your legs through and sit down. Point your toes, lift your arms up, and then exhale, lower down, nice and slow. Bring your feet up into your happy baby. So flexing your feet, holding onto the outer edges of the feet, rock from side to side. And with the inner thighs becoming part of the core, it will feel really nice now if you bring the soles of the feet together, knees open, and rest the feet on the floor. Arms go up and over your head, so you just let any of that tension or lactic acid that you've built up in your arms just disperse. If there's any other poses that you need, you can go for that. But if you're all right, just taking this little bit of time to settle and let your eyes close and let your face relax. Just thinking over what we have spoken about today and what we've tried to feel in our bodies. The thought of the inner thighs becoming integral to your core strength. And we try to locate that strength through the practice today and see if that locating that strength could help us propel into these different shapes and poses. And knowing that it's a journey and there is no destination, so you never get anywhere. Yeah. It's the journey that's the fun bit. If you feel good right there and you want to stay there, then you can stay there, or you can bring your knees up together and extend your legs out to the corners of the mat. And when you feel ready, reaching your arms up and over the head like a big yawn, smiling at that kind of party that you've been to today. And roll over to the right side. Take a little time in a little fetal position, just enough to let the body adjust. And making your way up to seated to face the front. Just sit in any shape that feels good for you. Bringing your hands to the heart center, the thumbs into the chest bone. Keeping your eyes closed, just let yourself have that inner smile at the thought of the playing that you've done today. I'm happy with everything that you achieved. Take a big breath in. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Thank you so much for coming to the party today. Namaste. I'm hoping you won't have a hangover tomorrow. If you need anything, let me know. As always, guys, send me feedback, pictures. It's always fun to see. Unmute you all. Are you okay? All right, Anna? I've unmuted you all, so I think you can talk. No? Everyone feels strong. Thanks, Jules. Oh, got a finger there. Thanks, Jane. Thanks, Kat. Thank you. Thanks, Goodwin. Have a beautiful evening and some nice food. Bye, Mike. Thanks, John. Bye. Hope you're all okay. Bye, 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 Abby. Thank you, everyone. I know how to throw a party, Jane. That's right. Bye, guys. Thanks, Rachel. Nice to see you.